professor, physician, epidemiologist. I am Dr. Sri Banerjee. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, and here I wanted to share with you some excellent resources that Excelsior Online Writing Lab has brought to you from the Excelsior College site. Really nice set of resources that's provided. Actually, Duke University first coined the term meal plan, and so kind of stuck. It's pretty. If you ask me, it's a catchy sort of acronym, so a good one to think about. And when you're thinking about summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting, you want to, when you're writing your paragraphs, you want to make sure it's a good combination of each one of these. And basically, when you're composing a paragraph, you want to make sure that it has four things. It has a main idea, which is your first sentence, which is the topic sentence that presents the main idea of the paragraph. So typically you have this main topic sentence, which will be then supported by some sort of evidence. You might want to think of a main idea first, and then when you go back and think of the evidence and the analysis portion, you might want to recraft that main idea. So the main idea should be in your own words and should not be from your source material. This is the most unique sentence, in my opinion, out of the whole paragraph. This paragraph, main idea, should connect somehow to the main idea of your paper on a broad way. And these are not hard and fast rules. These are kind of general guidelines to be thinking about. Evidence. This is where you should bring in your evidence. This is where you summarize, paraphrase, or quote your evidence. Just be sure to present it clearly, and of course, cite, cite, cite. And then after you've presented your evidence, it's time to comment on that evidence. Explain the information for your audience in your own words and make connections to your overall main idea as you work to help your audience understand why this information is relevant and important. So now is the time for you to kind of take what that evidence is and explain the information for your audience to understand how it ties in to all of the main ideas. So the uniqueness is not in necessarily introducing a completely novel idea. The uniqueness is how you're making that connection. How are you making that connection between that smaller idea that you have just introduced in your evidence and the larger frame? And then the final one, link, kind of is self-explanatory at the end of the paragraph. Just try to wrap up with a sentence that summarizes the main idea of the paragraph. And then connect that idea to the main idea to your paper and help transition to the next paragraph. Now, I've said all of these things. That doesn't mean that you have to make sure that each and every one of your sentences comply to what I've presented. You might not even have each letter of meal. You might just have MEL, MEL, or you might just have some variation of this. I get it. I realize that. But important thing to understand is that this is the acronym, and there's various ways that you can then summarize and paraphrase. If you want more information, you can go back to the source of Duke University. They have a PDF handout. Walden University has a wonderful meal plan, and I know firsthand our students are using this in many circumstances. And then this professor's perch. Here's a third Excelsior Owl blog meal plan resource. So that wraps up my talk. Thank you for listening.